Once upon a time, there lived a kind and beautiful woman named Ezinne. She was the wife of Obinna, a rich and hard-working hunter. Ezinne treated everyone she encountered with kindness. However, her husband's sister, Uju, despised her. Uju saw Ezinne as a threat, believing she had stolen her brother's love and attention. Before Obinna got married, he always gave money to his sister whenever she asked for it. But after he got married, he reduced the way he gave her money. He would either say she was demanding too much or he had a wife to take care of. Uju felt that Ezinne was the reason why her brother no longer gave her money as he always did, and now she had to manage whatever he gave to her. While she was there managing what her brother gave to her, Ezinne was busy enjoying the plenty gifts he got for her, and she was glowing with each passing day. Ezinne had come from a very poor background, and Uju felt that a poor woman like her didn't deserve such luxury. One fateful evening, Uju told Ezinne that she felt sick and would like to go to the sacred river to fetch some of its healing water. The day was already getting dark, so Ezinne suggested that they waited till the next day because the river was far and they would return home at night. She explained that her husband, Obinna, would soon return home and she didn't want him to be worried about her whereabouts. So, it was best that they left the next day so she would inform Obinna before going. But Uju was persistent. She said she could not wait till the next day. She said that she could have gone alone if not that the path to the river was always lonely from evening. She didn't want to walk through a lonely path at night, which was why she needed company. Ezinne finally agreed, and they took a water pot each and walked really fast so as to return home in time. As they got there, Ezinne bent to fetch some water, but Uju pushed her into the deep river. She watched as Ezinne struggled until she was swallowed by the water. Uju returned home to her brother's hut crying. Obinna, who had already returned and was worried about his wife's whereabouts, asked Uju what the problem was. And Uju told him that she had gone to the sacred river with Ezinne, but Ezinne slipped and fell into the river. Obinna was shattered by this news. He went to the river that night, but there was no sign of his wife. Days passed, then weeks, but Ezinne's body never surfaced. They wanted to at least give her a befitting burial, but her body never surfaced. As weeks passed, everyone returned to their normal lives. Then, one morning, a figure emerged from the sacred river. The first person to see her was a young boy fetching water. He dropped his calabash, his eyes wide with terror, as he ran back to the village, screaming on top of his voice that Ezinne had returned. The news of Ezinne's return spread quickly through the village. People rushed from their homes, eager to see with their own eyes if the impossible had truly happened. Some were filled with fear, their hearts pounding at the thought that she might be a ghost. Others were in awe, whispering among themselves about the mighty ways of the gods. They could not understand how a woman who had disappeared into the depths of the sacred river for so many days could still be alive. It did not make sense to them. Some, who were overcome with fear, scooped up handfuls of sand and threw it at her, believing that if she was a spirit, she would vanish. But the sand touched her skin and fell to the ground. Ezinne remained standing. With a steady voice, Ezinne told her story about how Uju had pushed her into the river and how the goddess of the water had saved and given her life back. Her story was a shock to the villagers. Never before had they heard of such a thing. A woman swallowed by the river only to return unharmed. It was a miracle beyond human understanding. Ezine's return was celebrated while the king declared banishment on Uju.